itara fet faidi misina de fai me toroti jin sallai noti tara nije baje document loye hi noror jase tara Rohingya namalla de Rohingya citizen alla Rohingya population alla bole jase tomara hamin garod din ki bolo hoy me manenge toroti swal go jituba kon kotha ase re bishi ase kotha swal goronor bade last made ite statement ni alai last made ite statement ni alai clear fire ek kora bas kulto node me manenger ukilitare ek kora bas kulto node ek kore clear moi maza maza jara hoje uno
Paragraph 10 to destroy the Rohingya. Paragraph 18 a long desired destruction of the Rohingya. Paragraph 19 the destruction of the group. 24 to destroy.
It is as a hoder udar hota in Rohingya group okol as a Rohingya tarik okol Rohingya din tarik okol hodur hona honla honla go jogod de jinise anar bore hoida gadere 31 at 33 begin hoibo
28 similarly 30 with the intention of destroying the Rohingya population on the basis of their ethnic and religious identity, and 31 and 33. And your affidavit statement in this case at tab 4. It's a distillation, but it says the same thing at paragraph 31.
Ite hotain jeta mata tuliai ne udi statement ni alai ko clear fire gori udia mutmara rakho di
Determined effort by the Tatwadar to destroy the Rohingya people as a group in Myanmar.
Rohingya people and the group me mahengote buzonne
The findings, in other words, 13 times in that second report, you conclude findings of genocide, which is the issue in this case, and a matter for the judges. Would you agree it's not a matter?
group in Toroti Rohingya babote Toroti and Rawti Jonishat Elano Goda Burudan like Jonishat Elano Goda like Jonishat Oide Hote Hoyan Kayate Fet fight the mission at the FM Toroti UNR Competition at Toroti Utarabusaloidi Uti Stimenia with the clear fire Goriudia.
The military experts' opinion.
For a person who's solely a military expert, but based on this evidence, sir, I absolutely stand by that statement. The pattern.
Except for certain except for some military operation or whatever, estimate for the step by munia like complete in your life.
Of attacks, the modus operandi that was consistently followed.
In the Lagure, Tekojide, systematically powale at Tunguji. Honimika de Minga Firino Sangote. Systematically powers Tunguji angote.
Was focused on that part of the population, the first part of that strategy, which appears over and over and over in the FFM.
In Hole, Kechunoin. Hondila Pova Tunguji in Ajimabla.
Is to surround a village, a civilian area, mind you, a pure civilian area, not surrounding Rakhine.
Civilian area hote, har Rohingya, civilian area. Yanarbore, Kyohoraro, Kanaguruno.
Just surrounding the Rohingya part. They surrounded it first. Then they began to shoot indiscriminately. That's in the record.
In Lagure again Gojide, in the Lagure shooting Gojide Guli, in Rohingya area Made, did not Rakhine area hangote. Honor Rakhine area no in. Is civilian Rohingya area Made in the shooting Gojide, Gulir, in the La Povale Salaide, Dengue Honimika Firinosa, in the shooting.
Over and over and over. There's no discrimination there. There's no effort at all to target specific houses or specific.
Can target to do over. Honek can feel Honek and Denga of the Nosa. In the Laguri as a shooting with Jugulidi.
Individuals. So the panic happens. People have to choose which kid to take.
Honakan people as a Honakan Comer, Honakan Zatirakan, Sustage, Honaka Pusalua, Honakan Zase Zagamade, বয়রা করে অনেকক্ষণ মা বলা হইলে কিকার মানে অনেকক্ষণ পোষা তুষা লয়ে যাতে ফার আউ যে বো হন জায়গা মাদে খান মা বলা খান হইলে হিন্দলা ওয়া বরে হিন্দলা ন হতে শুটিং মাদে করে এগেন গুলির মাদে হিন্দলা পাওয়া সালাই দে
Some people are shot in their homes. Some people are shot in the public places by this indiscriminate fire. Let me finish the modus operandi, sir, because that is the basis from which I derive those statements very clearly. These are attacks not in Rakhine.
Quare document statement very clear engotte document very clear statement document engotte quare
Areas. These are attacks in Rohingya areas. They first surround, and many times, based on
enaka time no rakade enaka time mother suj no करे दे इन लखन no बाबे दे इन लखन जासे कॉम बोलो हो जाति बोलो हो एरिया बोलो हो होनकन फिरी no साहन करते होनो मिनट मादे हिंदला गुरी मज्जें करते रोहिंग्या एरिया मादे
pre-planning are attacking simultaneously with different
साइफर टाइम हें करते तारी साइफर टाइम बोले खतरा को थानो जिनला अमेरिकानरे जासे इरानरे साइफर लियाते अटैक करिब करवा इनला माबला हन कम माबला रे जासे इतरा इनला गुरी अटैक गजे जे अटैक करा मादे हन एरिया मादे उका कम बासिना बारबान
military units at different angles, or sometimes military units in BGP. These are coordinated, pre-planned attacks against Rohingya.
BGP military flight dinwa ukwa BGP military flight dinwa ukwa indila powale dinwa ukwa yadde miliate hote majje Rohingya area made
areas. They surround them, they indiscriminately shoot, then they segregate.
Dunia made indila criminal ko je orando wala made jase indila criminal ko imajje je indila made jase ukwa kom basi na bare tutule ke suthai na bare.
And when I read that, I think of Srebrenica and other examples. They segregate the men and the boys, sometimes slitting their throats while their hands are still bound. As they're doing that, they're taking off groups of women to be gang raped.
So attack kora boli indila women le ade jase mani honekan problem hole yana made kyo idi jinisi anore savore ya hindila no honeka saide nai honeka kichu gojide nai honeka suj gojide nai hindila made jayade gulire shooting gojen godde ganle adde
And to be mass raped. As they're doing that, some other people are beginning to set fire to houses. Other people are taking babies from the women's arms and throwing them into those burning houses.
Hono people jase tara juja no de hono people no gore hono kal jase commer situation no sa commer haki no sa commer abas no sa commer jase suj no sa comle hono moshara no gore honiker no bafe jamade tara jase sirif guli marji de yan jase atia salai de pawa salai de yan bas de.
Some women who are going off to be raped are forced to throw their children down into wells. And those efforts are part of an extermination campaign. The key thing to me, one of the key things that stuck out in looking at a consistent pattern of practice, that was so they surround, they shoot, they segregate men from boys, families broken apart, people split off from their children. Then they execute. And in doing that, one of the key features that you see over and over and over and over and over again.
Hey, rebuter jo di jo khota khwa par dole hona khota khoi par nai ikke khoi bola nai ukke khoi bola nai clear sa jo operation go je clear majje clear commer operation sala made commer jonished go je commer jase ek kore khatam gori bolla tara joja gojje ikke no sa kichu no sa tara sa sirif mana guli salai di anbe tara sushur bore ham goji di anbe tara plai loi di anbe.
Shooting at fleeing refugees.
Shooting
pure civilians. There's no
shooting flying in refugee godde guli majidi refugee mana beli bolla manin mari beli bolla shooting flying refugee godde bujo na babi baron na complete en godde aro huniba
discrimination there. People are leaving, they're fleeing, they're refugees, they're moving, and they're still shot at and killed as they flee, followed by mass burnings. And it's notable in the record, and there's satellite evidence to corroborate, that
completely sunlight at the loy of the begin. Completely sunlight. Bijano document aso statement begin step by step begin tago jasa ngote. Ekware clear gori dio nei tare. Ekwara baskul de no de. Josi ki goyo warone. Khoy ai biain. Last time ge khata khoina wari biar. Hitar dar jawab di de. Menmanenger ukilore. Ite clear fire gori baade.
burnings focused on Rohingya areas. There are Rakhine areas left completely untouched, followed by bulldozing, which to me
Rakhine area hoti jinisian bilkul alok. Yan ilde Rohingya area and power area guri adde jase gori majide ngodwa.
from my experience in Iraq makes me think of the unfold genocide. When you put that pattern together with no discriminate force used against our
Hiyan amada hono khata hoy bolla nai. Hono gunjaj gori bolla nai. Hono deske fling gori bolla hono such nai. Completely genocide go jide ngote.
targets specifically.
Indla guri target
The rules of engagement specifically say that civilians, that the Tatmadaw must use discriminate force, and that if they're to operate
civilian comore criminal guri majengo dim jata hota no criminal hodin. Horab log jo no criminal hod diba. Bisi horab log jo. Joni shate tinaro ore. Civilian area Rohingya color jase mane criminal guri majengo de jinisian. No FIM torwotte the Fed Price Mission torwotti. Titi dajjo joni shate nam de jidi criminal guri majengo dian ude jwab diwari bone menmanenger ukile. Chalana bas bunguri wala bujji.
in an urban area, they must ensure the elimination of collateral damage. Based on that modus operandi and that consistent pattern of attacks, which you see over and over and over in
Right.
varying sequences and all across the area,
all cross guri majengo de area re. Uja hono security metal kot ko dian tutulo nai ho din la guri majengo de.
across the entire system of documented attacks.
Terrorist system le document ni je baza terrorist system le jaje attack ko jogote jinisian. Parman military is jata hota no.
Across that entire system, there's not a mention that we were moving against this place, against this
Ker
person.
hota khaybar kechu nai. Hengote hota khaybar hota bujaibar hota punaibar hono kan hota ke hono astana no systemically hengote. Her honek kan bujai bala honek kan huni bala honek kechu nai. In document begin tayar gujja hengodwa.
And here are the steps we took to warn the civilian population to alleviate collateral damage. Here's
One civilian ko public or jasa to hinla guri majak ko de jinisian.
our conclusion as to why we thought this was proportionate in accordance with the rules of engagement. So I learned in the counter memorial that there were rules of engagement. They were not only not followed, they were completely ignored, which is the substantive basis for those statements, sir.
Completely hono so sudana gore ngode hinla power sala ngode jada hoda ne bayen. Completely hono so sudda hono kan no baba ngode hinla guri power sala ngode. Ya tiarar কথা আছে না হরিয়ার উকিল ইতে দারে ডকুমেন্ট স্টেটমেন্ট নিয়ালে মন্দি করে ক্লিয়ার ফায়ার করে দে জবাব দিনাবার দে মার বলে উকিল বলে কি আবাস বঙ্গুরি वाला বুঝি দেখ করে আসিস জৌসতি কি হওয়া বুঝছ না আবাস বঙ্গুরি ফেল আর কথা কই বলা তাই না হেঙ্গাইরা উতে দেখ নি করি তিয়া বলে কি
All right, thank you.
থ্যাংক ইউ কেন লাগি
Mr. Hopper, I'm reminding you of the time allotted
Yes.
to
মান টাইম हो गयो হেঙ্গাই দে জৌস মানা করে দি বুঝনে বর্মার উকিলরে কোয়ারা মানা করে দিয়ে হনে ফেট FIMR AUNR ফেট ফাইদে মিশনের তরবতি জিবে কথা কর স্টিমেন্ট তুলি নিজে বাজে ক্লিয়ার ফায়ার করছে ওইটা আর কথা কই না পারে তো জজর দিকে ক্লিয়ার লস টাইম হয়ে গিয়ে কই আর কথা কই না পারি কইরা মতো তুরা টাইম লই হল্লায়া
Right, Mr. President. Can I then just turn to a final matter? As a lawyer,
is the lawyer
you know that as an expert, independent of the parties,
Rajuwa Uruwa Mugatotti the independent and the lawyer and got do tare can lagia Myanmar neger ukil. Abasu da noni olar haram.
You shouldn't be seen to usurp the role of the advocate in the proceedings. You know that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Right. Are you independent of the parties?
As I say, I'm the expert. These are my opinions based on my analysis of the facts.
Motte hona ka face ni unnai. Mar opinion to hamadde. Mar soci to hamadde. Mulo indo document begin correct or document and got de. Clear acquire.
My deeper knowledge of these military practices and my experience in the real world dealing with insurgencies in a number of countries and various components of the coin problem. So yes, sir, I take it very seriously. This is my analysis and my words over my signature.
Right.
Let me just run through briefly, and it's my last matter. In 2000, I'll run through it and then pose my question. In 2017, you were selected for the expert roster of Justice Rapid Response. And together with Law Action Worldwide, the founder of which is also an expert with Justice Rapid Response.
Mass fly propaganda and Myanmar ukil. Mass plan and propaganda around the world, right? FMI, Fact Fighting Mission UN United. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And genocide, criminal, and Myanmar military. Rohingya Muslim area and not Rakhine area. And genocide, shooting, gun, and power. Myanmar military, genocide, around the world, and Myanmar military.
In May 21, a joint press release was issued by that group, Justice Rapid Response and Law, stating that they were working towards gathering evidence to support the legal cases, which is one of those cases. And also, I think you served as one of the expert advisors to the Genocide Prevention Task Force under the auspices of the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum.
Genocide. Ita mutto hoddi ki genocide er yanar maawala sualo garao idi nammade genocide hoibodi yan hondila diyan babote ite amoto husal loddi en jo sekolor monte hoddi riya iti nammade jamna diu iti de clear fire kori diye FMI তরবর্তী ফেট ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল তরবর্তী ইউএন তরবর্তী তো এই দিদি আমার মাথে নেওয়ার